So essentially, there are 3 different types of sign materials used in trail marking today, is that correct?
That's correct. The 3 main types that are used are going to be your polyethylene, your aluminum composite, and then your aluminum. Now with each one, there's different gauges, there's different thickness, depending on what you're going to need, where the location of the sign you're going to be putting it at. There's some that choose a polyethylene, which is also known as plastic, and it's really thin. Now this probably is going to hold up depending on where you put it, so I would probably want to stay away from this. The smallest that we offer is called a 55 gauge, which is a thinner one, but it's still pretty reliable.
Yeah, if you
cost
put it up on edge so the viewers can see it like this is very, very thin and will flex, and peel, and the corners start to break down pretty quickly. Whereas even the thinnest material that is offered from our site, it's still very strong and probably 2 or 3 times the thickness of some of your less quality signs that you can find out there.
Yes, and we can even go thicker than this too, which is 100 mil, and our 100 mil, and obviously depending on the bigger the sign, the thicker that you're going to want it for durability reasons. Same reason with that is why you would step up from a polyethylene to an aluminum composite. This is also called die bond, or sometimes what we refer to it as a hybrid, because what you're doing is you're taking 2 thin pieces of aluminum on the outside and you're sandwiching the polyethylene on the inside. It's a little bit more, costs a little bit more, but however, it gives it that lot more rigidness. So depending on where you're going to be putting the sign, the durability is going to last a little bit longer.
So it may be a little bit more than the plastic version, but it's still less than the full aluminum version.
Yes, and some benefits of that as well is the fact that if you have had signs stolen or possibly shot or whatever it may be, the scrap metal value from that is going to be way down. So people are going to be less conducive to want to steal that and try to use it for scrap metal.
But it still has all the strength benefits, or most of them, of pure aluminum.
Absolutely, yes.
And then we have the absolute toughest, which is the full-on aluminum.
Yes, and we can do 2 different gauges of that. The 40 mil gauge, which is a thinner one, and then the 80 mil, which is like a standard traffic sign. That's what the traffic standard sign is going to be, is 80 mil aluminum.
So that gives you a basic breakdown of what the 3 basic types of signs that National Motorsports and Electromark offer. Basically, where you're putting your sign is going to depend on what type of material you're going to use.
Absolutely.